And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beyond the Summer presentation for Chinese pre-qualifier. We've got the matchup BraveHeart versus the Wings Gaming, and it's bright and early for me here. Still getting up to my allergies, might be a little sniffly, but otherwise really pumped to get into Chinese for the past few days. I've been covering the American front of Frankfurt major qualifier. I've been enjoying some of the top American option you can get, and EG, but now we're going to get some of the Chinese hopefuls in play, and ones that weren't directly invited to the Chinese qualifier, that are going to be fun to find their place there. And all eyes right now on Wings Game, the team in the Radiant here. They actually are just arguably the 8th team in China, just based on they placed 4th in the Frankfurt Majors. There were 4 teams invited to the Frankfurt Majors, so making it through group stage into the qualifier bracket. I think they had like a 5-2, maybe 5-3 group stage result. But either way, Wings Gaming performed really, really well in Frankfurt's qualifiers, even though they aren't going to be hitting the main event. Showed that they have something really to prove in the scene as they continue to grow. BraveHeart, on the other hand, we haven't really heard a lot from them in I think over a month now. They didn't compete in even the open qualifier premieres, and one has to be wondering what they were up to in the meantime. They could have just been spending the games, watch every one of them, get their own new meta strat going, but we'll have to see. Look to it as we get into the draft here. Dog_7 or Dog7 going to be drafting up for BraveHeart, the Shadow Wyvern opener, and we're going to see Ice, Chinese player, on the Wings Gaming drafting up the Queen of Pain Earthshaker. So first pick Queen of Pain, not uncommon, as we see major bands like the Alchemist and Tuscan Doom taken out. I don't think I introduced myself, so just in case I missed that part in my opening spiel, I'll go ahead and let you guys know that I'm Blaze. Hope you guys enjoy a nice little solo cast for the morning here. We've got this best of 1 and then 4 more come. So we'll be seeing a variety of teams here through the round of 16 best of bracket. Anyways, as the draft progresses here, we're going to be looking at Darkseer as the second phase ban. Darkseer Wyvern together in quite nice. The one that obviously everybody looks at Vacuum into Winter's Curse, and that's definitely strong, and it's really well to feed too. But what I usually look to the fact is just they're really good in the laning phase. Wyvern is one of the best zoners in the game. Just poke with Arctic Burn. Darkseer is nigh unkillable if he plays its lane right. With the Iron Shell spam, and he can really frustrate the whatever safe laner he's put up against unless you pick around it with some very long range carries. Either way, what we're looking at right now is a ban of Darkseer, not giving them that opportunity to clump everything up and knock down the Shadow Fiend. In the meantime, the Spear Breaker is not that great. It's the Earthshaker, so BraveHeart didn't want to pick it up for themselves, so they're just going to go ahead and take it off the field. It also allows the Shadow Fiend to have a safe solo mid experience because you don't have to have somebody rotating every 2 minutes just to save life from one of those nether Charge of Darknesses. So we'll see their secondary ban in the space here, and could be a lot of things. I mean, right now there isn't much revealed. Both teams have their mid and their support presumably, but it seems like people want to ban offlane options. And with that in mind, there's still a few really good ones. I would say Nyx Assassin is probably one of the better offlaners nowadays. Dying, obviously, to be feared if he can find the Aghanim Scepter. Some teams are just using him for lane stage, just using old school with the Soul Rip, and that works fine too. But either way, we're not going to be seeing him in this particular game. Going into the Wings Gaming side of things, now they've got some pretty good team fight. They've got Sonic Wave, got their Fisher, potentially a Blade Echo Slam. They're gonna kind of follow up with that. They want to say, okay, well, we have the ability to take 5. Let's push. Let's find some forward momentum so the Shadow Fiend just doesn't get to farm his way to victory. So what do we want to do? Do we want to pick up a late game carry that the Earthshaker can protect very well with a Fisher deeply and go for a Spectre? Do you want to go for something that still is fight and push oriented and take advantage of whenever the Sonic Wave is off cooldown? Remains to be seen. For now, the Juggernaut is banned out, and that means any isolated kills on maybe like a support, like a Rubik or something, is not going to be too easy. Rubik's not that great against Shadow Fiend. You're more likely to steal raises than anything else, but always great to steal something like a Winter, so I still see it working here for Wings Gaming. They've actually just, I looked at their pick last night, and they had a very large variety of heroes to pull in their pool. Like, even over the past, they've been picking like half their pool. So hard to call, but we're going to see Dazzle come through. And this set them up really for that defensive thing that I was talking about. Going for a physical carry, dealing a lot of potential damage. I would say something along the lines of Spectre or later. Alrighty, so how do you respond to that as Wingskin? You want to put out aggression, you want to find kills, and you're faced with an Earthshake defensive Fisher, you're faced with a Dazzle, Shallow Grave, giving your primary kill target. You just get that much more damage that you can immediately switch to a new target, or do you actually
team pick?
Kill off the Dazzle? It seems like it might be the latter here. Night Stalker is one of the best roaming support you're going to find here in the game. You Bounty Hunter, now Stalker's a notch above, and a much more direct, where Bounty Hunter is really elusive and really good at messing jungle tactics and things like Stalker in your face. I've got lots of armor, I'm using base strength, now really good HP regen, able to really in the thick of things. So we'll see roaming up the Shadow Fane, try to kill the pain, and in the late game, with EternaLEnVy, should be able to close in on Dazzle. That Dazzle means you can find either him or on I would prefer to say.
5 seconds remaining.
That being said, with gaming, you pick up the Brute as their pick, and that is going to reset the lane in a lot of ways. I mean, Wyvern has the Splinter, which is okay, brother. Otherwise, he's kind of in a bad position against Zero. He's never gets stuck in the was and by over the tree line, but otherwise it's still going to have a way to down of them and punish just because that's what it does. And that's where
Radiant team ban.
So it's going to be in the safe Wyvern and just pulling off spiders after the 5, say. So let's say this hard counter. I would say it's somewhere in an off counter. As
10 seconds remaining.
But if the micro plays perfectly, then the doesn't get as much out of the lane as he otherwise would. So anyway, Brute's threat is not as significant anymore. Will be enough to at least set their minds at ease, and they can focus on off lane now. What do you need? Surviving Earthshaker and the carry, and that will actually put pressure on this off lane. I think it's a thing. If you look at it, Wings Gaming, the Broodmother takes space. Pain takes space. The current late game as he wants. I really feel like we're looking at a hyper carry from this game. We're looking at a Medusa. In that mind, I'm almost
10 seconds
something
remaining.
in Elder Titan, where you have to order against those hard carry, take away their actual armor, maybe they're not magic resist,
team ban.
into them and make them vulnerable to the physical damage output out of. So if you combine their presence of the Dark Lord of the Shadow Fiend, you've got a lot of potential damage. No matter how much you put down that defensive weave.
10 seconds remaining.
Just idea. Obviously, I just get a little bit more directly involved the offlane. Find somebody that actually poke there a bit and disrupt. We'll see what their plan is for now. Click was the actual ban, which I find interesting. But we're going to pick a Copter, and it's going to be as hard of a carry. It's still going to be a game team fighter. Still push down darts, so you can go with the call down Sonic Wave, and you can do pretty well. Dazzle obviously allows him to go more in this particular game. He can go MKB instead of BKB. It's a huge difference for our cutter. You go King Bar, you'll take away the Fearless chance, but not, you're on doubling 4,000 gold into an item only gives you some base defense stats. This Gyrocopter get in the thick of things. You can fight it out, and you can be very BraveHeart. A very interesting offlane. No, let's actually go. Enchantress is going to be the pick here, and we'll see what he tries to do with it. I'm not entirely sure if we should put an offlane Enchantress against our character. Enchantress in the offlane really cool because it has that ability to just passive the untouchable, long with heals the mage's attendants, and she'll just survive, get levels, and then she can go maybe Midas or like Ibis, Phil, Scotty. But if you put her in the offlane, she gets caught out. Pressure. You're gonna put 2 rocket boosters into her. You're just gonna fall over. You don't even have to right-click kill her. The wing gaming.
5 seconds.
So just looking real at Sketch is gonna have to play. The Queen of Pain is gonna be dependent really on the Earthshaker's movements. Guys can go to not reset that like a Vig. Second type. There we go. Alright, we're back in action. We're seeing some aggression here from the side of BraveHeart. Alright, I'm gonna be just forcing the aggression here on the offlane up the chance may go. Probably one of the best starting out for Bristleback, even more so with this gold cost. You need to keep your gray spam out, and it used to be a very fine mana pool that you're dealing with. You're like, oh man, if only I had more quill. You have a bunch more with the Enchanted Mango, which is effectively in combat mana regeneration. At 6 around the bounty rune, he's gonna pick that up solo mid. Sure on the Night Stalker here, during his branch. Yes, he'll give it back later after the Shadow Fiend eats through his tanks and his healing self. So yeah, this is going to be Dog 7 offlane Enchantress, double circlet for him. Going to be going early points into the untouchable, but he's actually not going to be matched up against the Gyrocopter at all, interestingly enough. Brother doesn't want to feed the Bristleback, where they know he's going to be the safe lane. So Broodmother just says, okay, screw it, I'll go bottom. And I'm not sure if they're prepared for this. If you look at the rewards, they're on the Bristleback top. Bristleback thought he was going to be up against the Broodmother, and now they are very quick showing them they're incorrect. Dog 7, you can see he's just standing there trying to make the calls, trying to decide if they're going to rotate the lanes and how they're going to rotate the lanes to try to accommodate for this, because it's not going to be as easy as I thought. Their Enchantress goes. So Dog 7 will be up top. YYM is going to be trying to rotate bottom, and Ice Ice wants to stop it. He thinks there's a TP somewhere in this box, tries to fisher it, but YYM will make his way to the matchup. And Fruit won't be as ready to rotate. Like, first up web, and she's probably going to set one. TPing top just doesn't seem to be the option. So that's with musical lanes a little bit. BraveHeart into a little bit of a lack of comfort in the lane matchup, but in the end I still think that it's going to be Bristleback for Broodmother. Yeah, you see the second web go down. That's to ensure that. He's going to have some support though, Jark. Okay. They are actually looking to rotate this. It looks like Sho wants this lane too, but I'm not sure how well the Broodmother is going to do without any webs remaining. She's going to try to move about. She'll succeed in that, but she's got to reset the entire state of her web, which is a little bit unfortunate. So, anyways, looking at the current state of affairs here, we've got 10 last hits on Gyrocopter, 3 denies, 9 last hits on the Shadow Fiend, which is really outpacing the campaign here. 5 and 1 on her, so there's one that Wings is losing out in the matchup, just completely unfavorable results. And that's really not with too much of a contribution mid laner, maybe a burn, but yeah, just 1. Sorry guys, allergies a little bit cost the camera. Sorry, my allergies really kicked in there. But what ended up happening was an Arctic burn coming against the Pain. Fisher actually going out against Shadow Fiend, and you can see it. The Shadow Fiend was actually killed off first. The Queen of Pain killed off second. So Wyvern got the second blood, but Queen of Pain getting the first. That's really deep for her. Sorry, allergies really bad, but I'll try to do a lot better to make up for that. Alrighty, so we've got Enchantress, Night Stalker, poking and prodding at the Gyrocopter. He's not going to be focusing on Rocket Barrage, at least not yet. Wanted at least an extra flak there, so could get that 4-attack Rasp. You already saw the way he was using it down bottom. He likes to just kind of push out the lane, assume that his allies are going to be pulling the camps, and to get some Rasp in the same time. So whenever he sees an enemy, he'll take flak and he'll get essentially 4 auto attacks on them. But I would expect now to go back into the Rocket Barrage, prioritizing that above us. That will have to actually deal with the chance means other than flak cannon. Because he's going to get those 4 flak hits with having to work out the untouchable, but really that Rocket Barrage damage. Now we're going to see the Fisher come out, just like I was talking about before. He's got 1 more barrage. Void slow him down though, and he's not going to staying in right against Dog 7. So annoying as she is, magical Enchantress, untouchable, as the name suggests, and she's going to be able to walk away. Beyond, we've got Night Stalker covering the wound. He'll get D for himself. The Queen of Pain picks up a bounty and makes it to the lane a little bit faster. Up top, back versus Brood Mother. Let's look at that CS. 17 force to back. Run out of minute now, but he makes Silicon Magic. A lot of ways to get that back. He's just gonna try to kill off as many spitters as possible. Get big quick. So back up the mid matchup. Despite the kill, Queen of Pain still has been able to make up in CS. This Necromancer has really helped the Shadow Fiend stay large and in charge. He's able to rack up now 159 attack damage. AD rune. There's no last standing again. It's not even close. And just in a rough spot, and he's been raising effectively to keep that DS advantage. Interesting next situation here. Are they trying to push this? Not so sure. Right now, yeah, it looks like going for a full push mode. So essentially, what you Fisher across the lane to pull the Radiant Creep Wave back, bunch up 2 Creep Wave together, and then for the Shadow Wave heal bomb, and that will a position where you're just plowing into the tower. Dog 7 counteracts this just by walking up to the Creep Wave, and with 70% reduced attack speed, that can't hit her very, very effectively. So it's going to be kind of just neutralizing it out right in front of the tower, rather than their intention, which would actually get some damage onto the tower itself. Let's see here. Pull unlocked, of course. Innocent going to be doing some good work on the pull camp and getting himself up to level 4, level 5. But the important thing is that he has a TP. So he doesn't have Shallow Grave to rotate, so his rotation power is a little weaker. But if he needs to help out the Queen of Pain, he can always TP, Shadow heal her, and that could be enough to make the difference. We'll see. In the meantime, Weclome's been pretty active in the jungle. Actually, only kills off 1 of the Spider-Rites, and in return loses out to Wolfbender, so there's at least 3 spots for him, but it does cost him quite a bit. Now we're going to see a pretty big exchange here. Shadow Wave does stop the cooldown of Dazzle. He won't heal him back up. Sonic Wave not going to be able to kill it. It's a magic wand, and they just ended up helping it around. Scream drop, ending HE, but Grace just will take all that Queen of Pain. So now Shadow taking a lot of hits here. Will he going down with 1 more hit? He tries to do, but Shadow goes all the way into the tower and is there to try to block this SF, but double raise, damn strong. You can look at that damage. He can practically 2-shot the Dazzle, and that is just gonna be making things in Nightmare Wings here in the early game. Oh my, that was really just a disaster for Wings. They tried to get the kill on Angel so bad, but she is so touchable. I've played against this a couple of times. Off-lane Enchantress is annoying as I'll get out. Oh, Dust will get the kill on that Broodmother. Playing very aggressive, but when your Night Stalker goes down, he's immediately able to TP, rotate, and find opportunities elsewhere, especially since it's still that first mate. Man, 86 is a monster here on the Shadow Fiend, just really tearing it up. He's going to go for the mechanism pretty early on, and can start pushing that as soon as possible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sort of things. 2 deaths consecutively, not level 4, it's a no save. And it just seems like he hasn't really made the impact he wanted to. Like, there's a couple things you can do as Dazzle to really get involved early on. The Shadow Wave works not only with how we saw it pushing, you can also use it with the spiders. If you take to help out the Brother, you can have a number on your opponent. Level 2 Shadow Wave will take out
middle tower is under
HP,
attack.
half the target's HP. As we're seeing, he's not really able to rotate up to his babysitting the Charcop out Shallow Grave. This makes things really difficult to get involved. Thought Rocket Barrage would be more against the Enchanters, but you just look at the levels. Enchanters are out-leveling the Jarker. The Earthshaker hasn't with but one Fisher against her, and obviously we saw the Sonic Wave fail earlier. So they feel compelled to try to push back Dog 7. And even if they finally do get this kill with their Sonic Wave, as I expect they will, I think that are okay with it. Like, they've gotten so much value out of this Enchantress just surviving against everybody. So Dog 7 pull back the lane, but if the Earthshaker comes inside here, it should get a kill. Still, they had to see her for them to be actually confident about it and fight. I think they're gonna play here. Fisher, Scream, Sonic Wave, and she will go down. And it's definitely an important kill, but all the same, I think that BraveHeart are amazed that she's survived this longer, or at least happy that she has. Full ring, Broodmother, and those spiders, but you'll see she doesn't put them on lane. That will actually kill off all those spiders. She doesn't want that. Her mother cares very young, and she makes sure that Bristleback doesn't get too fed. So she sends it off to the jungle, clears that out for herself. Can pull the Shadow Phoenix's hand. And of course she goes 1v1 with the ultimate against the back. Nightstalker, level 6, means he can act, I think it's 13-10, probably going to be looking at. It's actually just 11-10. At 11-10 you can pop Darkness and you have Night act from that, and you can pretty much just have a full 5-minute window where you're able to devastate the Night.
Dire's top tower.
Let's look at current item progression. Here we do see Buckler back, a Seth, but what's this Bristleback actually? This guy's got a decent the farm. And I see for now is Treads back. I guess a little bit of Vanguard, but remains to be seen. Enchantress, no Midas just yet. Really going for the tank. Treads in terms of endurance, which will help team as well. Like Shield attack speed, Atropine attack speed, Bristleback like smooth speed. Drums is actually a really good item in the game. I actually have a lot of respect to pick up. We're actually going to see Dog 7 take a lot of damage here. He got fissured, and he was about to get Echo Slammed, but got just in time after not able to connect. So that's a really big deal. Fisher fall down. Rock Barrage, you'd expect to find a kill, even the Weclome on top. But no, it's actually going to be definitely Broodmother on top. The spiders suddenly showing their faces, and that Shadow Heal Bomb there, but it's far too late, and against the wrong hero. This guy has 13 armor, next to the Bastard has 8. He wanted to go on the Wyvern, who has only 6 armor. The Tranquil Boot seems like nobody's a good target for play. But Broodmother dies once again. The top tower is going to be falling. The Enchantress will look to hold blind them.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Checking out bot where we will see the Enchantress being caught inside the trees. The Enchantress do what they can. But Gyrocopter had that rush coming out. Even with the brace situated that the Dog 7 takes one, and that gets the Stalker in position to try to kill off the isolated Gyrocopter. Fisher, isolated again. Who trapped him here? There, Gyrocopter there with him. Obviously, he's able to tree through, and that is actually gonna stop her way, but it's so fortunate. As well gonna get caught at last bullet spray, and now we're gonna see the Bristleback 2-0-1. Queen of Pain blinking into the trees and teeing. I got it's like the allergies curse here. As soon as I sneezing, it's gonna be action breaking after that. So I guess we'll just put that at least until the game is booted. Tier 1 has fallen. That's the 86's to claim. He is racking up the net worth here. 66-30 at only 12 minutes.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He's going to be looking towards, looks like a BK. is still fine. You go the Sange first, since you can still do a lot with that, and I mean, certainly the HP you get from Sange will just about nullify the damage that you'll receive from Sonic Wave. If you're building with that, then you're in a good position to just get your ultimate off. BKB is still not bad, but it might be a little early as well, because then you can't get any more farming speed out of BKB. A BKB pick would imply that they want to push now. They want to game before the scales shift. But
Radiant structures
I feel like Sange would be more common pick up in the west seed. It's just for the more farm prioritization. We're gonna see, however, Crimson Guard coming out very soon, and maybe that is their timing. Pick up the BKB on the SF, pick up the Crimson Guard on the Bristleback. Enchantress finishes drums, and then you all go. You just straight run at your opponent's tower. There's nothing they can do. So I think there's some value in that play. But for now, smoke play coming from the bottom, Radiant and looking for an opportunity here on the top rune. Should the Earthshaker call out Void and a raise, and he doesn't even need any more spells to get him down. Up top here, we're going to be seeing the Broodmother doing Broodmother things. Picks up the Midas, clears out the creep wave, Hazel helps out a little, and she's going to try to put some damage in the tower, but while Bristleback is the only hero needed to make that, to disrupt that with his Quill Raise, you're going to get a lot of damage dealt to the tier 2 tower with just these 4 heroes remaining. While Bristleback is solo, handling 2 heroes up top, Shadow large guard in the front line, taking out over half the tower before they walk away. The siege creep done most of the work for this commander time. Tranquil Boots, there are no shadows. Interesting item build there from Nightstalker. Really prior to getting in position for Kiss, but he doesn't have action to try to follow through on this one, and neither does the Wyvern. So it looks like Bruno will be able to slip away. Actually put a lot of damage into the Wyvern if he's not careful. But he's got the points in Splinter Blades. Actually used Winter's Curse though. Did they get a kill that I missed? Killed off the Earthshaker. I saw that one, so I'm not sure where the Winter's Curse went down, but doesn't have been a factor. BKB is going to be the choice for 86 here, so a very defensive build, but what this allows them to do is really just play a deathball style. They can all go for a tower with one hero managing the Broodmother. Both the Bristleback and the Fiend are capable of doing it, and then they could put everybody on the tower. So most likely we'll see the formation being back on the side lanes, aiding allies when he can, and then of course just support key objective is going for Sean, going for tier 2 tower. I feel like it's very different ways to approach that without Blink Dagger on Baker. They also don't have even Dazzle yet. He's level 5 and gonna have to disengage very carefully here. And you know, just gonna that hyper push down bottom. Roosevelt top, and the rest of the allies will be pushing down bottom. And this is gonna be a weird statement to some, but I actually think that Bristleback's item should be to travel. If he always glued to this top lane, he's not really able to make much use of this Crimson Guard. I mean, helps him a little bit, but it would help his allies a ton. So what I actually think is that he could get to Travels as his next item pickup, and then deal with the Broodmother, push her off the tower, and then immediately join his allies front lines with the boost of travel. I think that would be strong. We're gonna actually see a quick kill on the Enchantress wave called down, securing that one. And if you're willing to commit those kinds of ultimates to against Hero, you're definitely going to get a kill, but it's going to come at a cost. Now you have 120 seconds without Sonic, your bottom tower is under fire, and you're only gradually poking down the one up top. Where's Bristle? Actually unable to TP. This might actually be the top tier 2 for the bottom tier 2, as we do see Mother getting some free time to play. They will, however, glyph the bottom tier 2, and I actually think that they have a chance to fight this. This is gonna force the call from Dog 7 to just go for Rush instead. They don't have the Enchantress for that, as they're really strong as Roach. So for now, they're just gonna try to keep tabs on what's going on here. Nice Observer Ward for Radiant, although Darkness makes this almost useless. The Darkness isn't in play, it's really good, and it just dodged out a sentry very deftly. So, nice ward action going on there. Stalker has actually no problem towards Aghanim Scepter. I would say that's probably the most defining aspect of the game right now, is you would assume that we'll be picking up a negative Scepter around 26-28 minutes. and instead we're going to be seeing no progress towards it whatsoever. We're at about 18. So he's got a lot of ground to cover in the department. Looking for kills, looking for towers, looking for Roche, because you really want to get that vision advantage on as soon as possible.
Invisibility!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, Gyrocopter, gonna be going for that Sanjin build I was talking about. Just Sanj was the idea, but see, he's pretty much got the whole thing done now. So, beyond that, we do have Ted's BKB, which and I'll remind you guys, he hasn't done anything with it yet. He's had this BKB for 5 minutes, he wants to involve with it, and they're gonna go for a form play on that bottom. Gonna be running their opponents a little bit earlier than they expected, I think, but they're gonna get the quick, easy kill on the Earthshaker, and that'll give them plenty of confidence to go for the bottom tier 2 and the Roche Pit. I think they can get both out of this quickly enough. Right now, though, they're rotating defend mid, and that defensive mindset might cost them something. Like, this tier 2 tower is very easy to kill, and then they have no way to kill the Roche Pit. They have to move quickly, or the Earthshaker pickoff means nothing, and you're actually worse off because you choose the Winter's Curse. Sure takes away from his Blink Dagger, and that's always a good thing to take gold out from the Earthshaker, but I don't know. I feel like they need to this time a little bit harder than they did. They want to try to get something, which is intelligent in general, but it might cost them. It's the Sonic Wave just coming up. Aghanim after Sonic Wave, they don't have the glyph, they get to deny, and we'll see if there's any rebuttal. They get a good in, but Shadowfane is not the target you can go on here with the mech and BKB in play. First mech does not go the BOTs, in fact goes for the Sanj here, so it looks like he wants to go for the Heavy Halberd against the Gyrocopter. I talked earlier about how the Gyrocopter wants to go MKB instead of BKB. The Heaven's Halberd forced him to go for the BKB, and that's not as optimal for him, so pick up Bristack instead. Doesn't have that mobility though. Gonna constantly be running back and forth, worrying about the spiders knocking at their top door. And yeah, we'll have to see a lot of elaborate rotations to deal with this Broodmother. They're not just going to be able to catch him out as easily as they want to, and I think the BOTs maker. If you have BOTs, you can rotate and you can push and you can take objectives all at once. If you have the Heaven's Halberd, you're stronger at fighting against the Gyrocopter. What I have with that right now, it's while this mech is great to counter the Gyrocopter, Crimson Guard and Halberd are both good counters to the hero. I don't think the Bristleback gets to see the Gyrocopter very often. He's the one defending the base while they're for a push. If that continues to be the case, then we're actually just going to be seeing no real value for the next items, because they're all made to kill the Gyrocopter, and he's fought against the Gyrocopter the past 12 minutes at least. But anyways, what else do we have here? The Midas is kicking in for Brood. She's getting the Mantis style, it would look like. Good against the Night Stalker General. Fire coming out, yeah. So full-on team-fight initiation build. Well, Gyrocopter with that helmet, they're looking to harm. So that might imply they have to leave Roshan. They'll eat the glyph on the tier 1 and they'll go right into the tier 2 as they know what's probable for BraveHeart, but there's nothing they do. Not without the Blink Dagger and the Earthshaker. Actually, he just got 2,500 gold. If only he got the start, maybe they look dead. They just get 2 glyphs. Well, tier 1 refreshes it, and then they get the second glyph as well. And then they're gonna get away with pretty much their spiders. At this point, I expect BraveHeart to pick up a gem at your site. Obviously, the Night Stalker doesn't have an agate. Oh, there it is. So, the Night Stalker doesn't have an agate. He won't get the full value out of this gem, but gem is really important in this game. Against the Broodmother, against everything we're seeing from Wings. Dominate the map. Full ward advantage, and they don't lose that gem immediately. I think that BraveHeart will still be able to stress Wings out of plays. But this tier 2 star standing strong backdoor protection up. Now we're gonna see the an opportunity here. Gyrocopter speed to tier 3. It looks like I'm gonna draw the line around. I'm not gonna try to actually present any issues offensively. The Broodmother, she does not create space for the team, and it's actually wide to rotate and try to clear out these creatures. Now with Max Blast and the Soul Ring build, she can still deal with a couple of waves of spiders. So that might actually enable the Bristleback to get involved. The one I was talking about would have Halberd with the Crimson Guard if they can just the Wyvern and a anti-rat.
Yes.
Meantime, though, Gyrocopter is farming quite a bit. Not naturally as good a flash farmer as the Shadow Fiend. If they can actually get control over their ancients, I think that's a big deal. Not only double stack, but if they can actually look to Helm of the Dominator, stack up a quad stack, Gyrocopter will actually be ahead of the show. So, it seems to be a little difficult to get that done with all this darkness out, but it seems to be probably their way back into the game. For now, they're just trying to trade tower still, but in the end they have less towers to trade. They only have one more outer tower against two, and actually against three, technically. And yeah, BraveHeart, they seem hesitant because they don't see the Earthshaker. Still gonna go for this tier 2 in the end.
Is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 2 will fall on the top lane. And bottom, Ice is just gonna hide tree line. Now he's gonna blink to be back. They're looking for the Blink Echo Slam, but the Gyrocopter's not ready to fight. The Echo Slam was definitely there just a moment ago, but they can't initiate without the Gyrocopter. They have to hit all the way back. So with the Earthshaker, is he smoked up? No, he's invincible under darkness, but he gotta find it up soon. First Fisher, repelled. This ain't Shadow Fiend still. And there's gonna be the Witch Curse. He's gonna jump in. There's the Requiem. Nice defense. You'll make the entire Requiem. They change to Gyrocopter, but Echo Sim is not enough for the Gyro, and 86 will be coming back with this H. Now Gyrocopter will buy back. That should be enough for BraveHeart to start retreating. 86 will stand his ground and start some big right raise here on the Broodmother. They have the Gem Vision. They will bring him down to 200 HP, but they can't finish him off. And Queen of Pain, again, amazing defensive Yules, will actually submit here. She'll like out, and there's the Shallow Grave, no, instance. This is his timing, and they're gonna lose out on the Queen of Pain. That's a huge loss. As now, the chapter is the old thing, and defend these racks, and already used its buyback. If he does now, GG, and they can't afford that. So they have to be careful about this. They drop a big slam, but the Earthshaker goes actually, he gets a good initiation, and it might bring down the first back. He's blocking a lot of hits with that guard. The Raj is still poking at him. Now 7 goes down as well, and there's Gyrocopter from this ground, keeps the racks alive. Doesn't get full amount of gold thanks to the buyback gold penalty, but still 640 is not bad. Buyback cost of 120, and they are able to BraveHeart in their place, get Aegis, and get full essentially wipe. Only the support's walking away. So, Earthshaker had to make first down so quickly, but you kind of have to make those moves if you're going to be able to force anybody out. So, all good. Fight for wings at the tail end of it. So unfortunate that the Dazzle couldn't get the Shallow Grave off on the Queen of Pain. He healed him, and then he knew that he was going to burst it short. I mean, you could imagine, like, in his mind, he's trying to time it perfectly, but essentially, a best case scenario is the Queen gets dead. And he wanted the Queen of Pain to get hit once, and then he Shallow Graves. Instead, she gets burst with 2 at the same time on an auto attack and a raise, and he wasn't ready for it. And that's a Dazzle, the mistake Dazzle can't that needed to be ready for essentially that 2-hit burst, and he should have graved earlier. He hesitates, they lose a bit, but they still are in this game. They're still trying to make for lost time. Do it. True sight. Oh, there's no vision up there. Negative Scepter on the so they're just guessing. That might ward it actually. Little do they know that there's a Queen of Pain up top. Warrior gonna be heading to and fro. They've got wards on that, but not gonna find a snipe opportunity. I guess though. The game-winning play from that fight was the defensive Yules from the Queen of Pain. If she doesn't get a Yules up there, Shadow just kills her. Just straight. But because she's able to get some Yules, almost the entire Weclome is useless. And it's a really big thing just against the lineup that's so heavy and emphasizing the feet. Him blink BKB, he wants to hit a Requiem, and the fact that he was denied that is just immense in my mind. There was a guessing dust here, even gems, so I guess that was to get it out of inventory and, you know, selling it to the buy your dust. But what? Smoke ready, and they're looking to make it movements with it. We'll see. This Yasha not completing a Manta or even a SNY, just going right into MKB. So movement there. The Halberd. Oh no, it's not even Halberd version. Wow, these Weclemes are a little strange. And my back, like I said, he wants to move speed. I mentioned that when Enchantress was looking at perhaps runs. He goes for the Agriceptor instead, which is really understandable if she can, you know. The Broodmother, however, it is going for Demon Edge. Demon Edge be good against evasion. She goes Australian KB. Otherwise, it's just good single target damage with the Daedalus. But I'm just not sure that was the most decision. Like, I understand that you have your BKB on the Broodmother, you can use an offensive pick, but just, I feel like Butterfly is really good this game, I guess is the for me. If you go for MK, you don't have to worry about fear. But I'm not sure if the Broodmother would eat that most anyways. Crippling Fear goes on the top for Queen of Pain. Alright, so Broodmother's going to push, might actually lead to her death. They just close the distance with the Glimmer Cape into the Winter's Curse. Instead though, Broodmother battles quickly, skittering on, people would say, and keep farming. Actually, second in net worth now, that's pretty impressive. I wonder if this might have really play. This BraveHeart working like 3 major pushing items right when Might came out. But Broodmother has been able to kind of rat it out, create a space, and farm on the top sufficiently enough with this Midas. He is actually considering the Shadow Beam in net worth, and that's really big. So, I guess just looking at the late game and saying, okay, well, right now, I don't really need this MKB, but as the game progresses, I certainly will. We're going to be up against not only the Cryptor, but probably a Butterfly on Shadow Fiend, probably a Halberd on Bristleback. All it's coming together says, giving that NB now, be the offensive pickup to those fights. There's your probably TP coming out now, and there's nothing to stop it. Just got picked up for the Shadow Fiend. Aghanims in progress for the Night Stalker, way behind. That's probably one of the slowest Aghanims I've seen, and I've seen a lot of Night Stalker this past week. You guys could expect to see a lot more Night Stalker this patch. Holy crap, that hero is strong. But yeah. Think of anything else to really consider. Enchantress is looking for the BKB, it's all well and good. Handles the magical damage effectively. The gear and fickle is still going to be a bit an issue. So, there was no Heaven's Halberd to force out the Jarkov to BK, but Shadow goes for it, and I think one of the major reasons is against the Enchantress. The touch factor can nullify BK and very frustrating to go up against, so getting that extra potential to actually right-click her down rather than just killing her through flak and spells makes a big difference. And of course, the new change is that the second effect of Winter's Curse won't do if you're BK'd. We're gonna see BraveHeart just go right into the top radiant lane, just swaggering in, trying to bring down this Rax. They're getting flipped, but now they're gonna force the Shaker to make his move. He has to move very quickly here. They're gonna save this. It looks like it's already gone. Victor's there, but the Rax is dead. After this spot now, where they are in a bad spot. There's gonna melt it down, hitting on 2. There's gonna be the Sonic Wave, doing a lot of damage to the Shepherd, and still he got hit the cold brace. There's the Winter Curse, and it's not going the way they wanted to. Wings not cleaning up as hard as they need to, and they're going to be losing the Gyrocopter soon. The Shadow Bee fighting it out with the agents coming back up shortly, and in the meantime, doing so much damage with this Will Spray. self-fuels, Quinn is gonna get the blink out, but they still haven't actually killed BraveHeart, and they're using another back on the gyrocopter. Chef, oh, such bad game for him in terms of gold income. I mean, that's not just a 1,000 gold down the drain from buyback. That is 60 gold reduction per minute. Almost half that if he's playing efficiently. So, I don't know. It's really hard for the gyrocopter to get relevant in this game. You can see it on the net worth. The bristleback is now being him in terms of net worth value. Alrighty, so the Aghanim Scepter might be in sight now. Yeah, single Rex and winning a fight. Your supports are going to get a lot more income. And you see the Night Stalker is now 7k and will be having an Aghanim Scepter shortly. And that's a really big deal if he can get it for the next night, coming around 38 minutes. Keep on that. 36 minutes. What am I talking about? TikTok. Gotta really learn those timings. Night Stalker is really that's about timings. It's really cool he can provide to a team. The fact that he kind of control tempo of the game through this kind of binary light and dark effect. Where when it's dark, he is really aggressive. When it's light, he's okay. He's not bad. Like an Ogre Magi. He doesn't really win you the fights, but he's still there. But during the nighttime, he is a monster, and he really can be a catalyst for action that you can take objectives with. I would say 6.85 is the most base patch there is. Taking from Roshan, towers, obviously agents. It's all very, very reliant on taking advantage of those opportunities for your opponent to respond. So we're gonna see Quinn go for a very ancient blink here. Might have to self-heals in back. She'll just be about first immediately. Already lost his fight. They fed a gem. Oh my, blind blink to the high ground. What are you doing? And that is just something they could not afford. Unsouted and a kill unrequited. Oh my, that is disastrous. Back to base they go, and Quinnipiac might just be forced to buy back immediately. 30 seconds. She didn't want to buy back. The creep wave will get there with about 24 seconds on the death timer, and then she will make that decision. They have Glip. The 3 drops very quickly to the Shadow Fiend. I just don't know. I think that with the weave up, they must try to go for this. They try to go for this Echo Slam, but that's counteracted with one hit on the Ear Shaker. Now Shadow Fiend's on the high ground here. Bristleback gonna be taking some pain. Yeah, she's not gonna buy back. They're just gonna try to. Oh, the Echo Slam, never mind. Combo got by 86. He got possibly beat. No ages this time. He'll be going down. And there is that surprise that they needed in order to take 2 people. Still, the Quinnipiac obviously doesn't get the full value of it, but it's definitely something. And Dog 7 actually gets caught on the tail end, tries to TP these trees and gets caught out. So that's the unexpected play you need to make in that situation. You have 12, 13 seconds left on the death timer. They're like, no, we've got 13 free seconds to hit these racks. But that would cost them the tier tower. That would cost them at least the range racks and maybe like half a melee. So what they do instead, they take those 12 seconds that you don't want to buy back in, and they shove it down BraveHeart's throat. That was a very active play wing. I applaud them for it. 3 for nil. Yeah, Pain doesn't get that much out, but I think she almost breaks even on the buyback cost, and more importantly, able to really get some forward momentum at this part of the game. Only supports here on the sides. Blast does not hit the second round. They actually get a glyph here. Maybe even a tier. No, tier 3. I don't think go for this. Back off, or they're going to be in a fire situation. So should be respawning pretty soon. About minute and a half before the timer smoke. It's a very good time to smoke, actually. Now that I think about it, there's a walk on out of there by their eyes, nearly completing hard arrest on OIM. So, otherwise, not that many items coming out. Russia Orb in progress for Pain, most likely. You don't want Lincoln's or Lotus against Bristleback. I mean, Lotus is still fine, but Lincoln's terrible. And man, we'll come out for the Broodmother. Just a lot better than I expected. He goes MKB, has had this KB. Going back for the man. Allows that more flip factor, you can disp some things. Pretty good.
That's for me.
Not the butterfly I was kind of hoping for, not kind of carry Broodmother, as we see 18k net worth. But you have to kind of work with it. Harder trusting on the bristleback, one of the best items you can have in this hero. I mean, this is his hyper game. You can argue like a Sauce and Offering core are right up there in his core list, but I'm still an old school hard pick myself. Like, getting harder on bristleback is just in the amount of triggers you can get out of this bristleback path. The fact that you can get so much quill spray in a fight, it just comes down to that health, and it's absurd. So I think C will come out next. Octarine will be a consideration for him. It's must have, by the way, guys. Octarine core is good on bristleback, and not essential compared to the Heart C, which has always been its core. And Octarine is, I would say, a bad pickup against Ancient Apparition, and an okay pickup in every other matchup. It's not bad, but it's definitely not essential. So, Heart, Crimson, Sanjin Yasha, next to AC, they'll be in a pretty good way. Meantime, 86 in the Shadow Fiend picking up a Satanic here. Man, this guy's big. We'll scout things out a little bit here, but if she walks in vision, there's the Aghanim's Darkness. Yes, they'll see him, and yes, they'll get the ultimate on Broodmother. But the real fight's happening up top. Gyrocopter slowed by the Scotty. Can he actually get out of this one? Requiem coming through, but Broodmother pops her BKB and tries to fight out with the ultimate. Big ultimate from the Broodmother. She's standing and delivering so much damage. Brood just destroying the backlines while Bristleback does the same on the other side. The Broodmother failed to kill off the Enchantress, and now Bristleback is trying to make his run. That Bristleback passive helping quite a bit, but it might not be enough to get him out of here. And Cold Embrace actually coming at very long range from the Winter Wyvern, and she kills off the Earthshaker. Oh, the Quill Spray doing so much. Your heart of Tarrasque at work, and now they're going to try to stay on the Broodmother. He'll go for the TP away, and it will be successful. He make his escape. So, close call there, but that was very interesting fight for both sides. Why back on the Wyvern? That's the one thing I missed. I was like, how did he get back in there to drop that Embrace? He did get destroyed by that Broodmother, but he got back in with the buyback TP blink in, and there you go. So 3,200 damage from the Broodmother, but Bristleback answering back with 2,700. All in all, a favorable fight for Wings, but only slightly. Did see also that Enchantress was able to enchant one of the Brothers' illusions, so another reason why Manta is a little awkward here. So, Gyrocopter looking for the Butterfly, Queen of Pain completing the Refresher Orb. This is going to be kind of that crux timing. This is do or die. Like, if they can find a fight with the Sonic Wave and bring BraveHeart down quickly, then they can bring this game back all the way. We see already that they brought it back to their favor in terms of net worth. 2,000 net worth in their advantage, 5,000 experience, and this is their comeback. I mean, they've been pretty much, for a majority of the game, at a deficit here. So they have a great opportunity to come back, but I would have to say this Bristleback is getting scarier by the minute. When the AC is done, this Bristleback puts out more damage to his opponents they can possibly do to him, and that's a scary thing to work with here. We'll see another Darkness come into play. This Nightstalker Aghanim's Vision should be finding them an opportunity. The Geometry Sight is on the Nightstalker himself, and they will jump right in. Oh, Broodmother, oh my gosh, they saw her, they still will look to catch her, and yeah, you can't TP away from that. Witch's Curse, Requiem of Souls going down, Dazzle unable to save him, and now he's going to be losing his life as well. Ice has the Force Staff, needs the blink off in time, despite the Inferno Shadows. So this is going to be Roshan. BraveHeart, know that they can just, with those two down, absolutely get Roche. Don't need to force the high ground right now. Roche is too important at this stage in the game, and it has a cheese on it as well. So, looking at the remaining cost of AC, that thing costs 50,250 these days. So taking away the 1,400, you're looking at about 3,800 gold. That means about 1,300 more. I think Bristleback wants to farm that before they go for the next team fight. Don't need buyback when you have Cheese Heart on Bristleback. You just need the AC completed before you go around. So 1,200, 1,300 gold, all they're going to farm, and then YWM is going to be right up there in the enemy base. I think AC is probably the only item that they need to close out the game, and we're going to have to see another wonder play from Wings. They're going to have to go for the double Sonic Wave, they're going to have to maybe do another surprise buyback, something that really catches BraveHeart off guard. Because status quo right now, guys, I think the BraveHeart have a tremendous team fight advantage just with their two cores. The Bristle, the Shadow Fiend, they're so damn scary. The Gyrocopter will pick up the Butterfly though, and while you can't evade the Quill Sprays, you can evade all these right clicks, and nobody has an MKB. And on top of that, you get a lot of armor just out of the natural agility. You've got now 106 agility. You're able to hit fast, to hit hard, and to mitigate a lot of damage to that armor buff. I mean, when you consider the weave on top of that, the Aghanim's weave no less. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of armor on one team, and there's going to be a lot less on the other. While I was talking in the laning phase and criticizing this Dazzle as being kind of irrelevant, I feel that that has shifted a lot over the past 20 some odd minutes. Every fight, the weave matters so much against this Bristleback, and even against the Shadow Fiend. If you're able to just get Visca, Nasal Goo, and Presence of the Dark Lord, and an AC on a target, they're just gonna be shredded by physical hits. But when you have the weave on your own heroes and you're able to kind of nullify all those effects, and Aghanim's weave no less, then yeah, you're gonna be in an okay position to try to fight it out. And I think that's the difference maker, but that has allowed things to stick with it, along with some great play, initiation, some good fights. So just doing the math real quick, we've got 1 armor per second on the weave. So if he casts it on all of his allies, in order to nullify both the Presence of the Dark Lord, which is a 6 armor debuff, I believe, yeah, 6 armor, and then the AC, which is 5, you need at least 11 seconds of 24 active. So if weave is at halftime, you're negating 2 of their key abilities, the AC and the Presence, and in doing that, you're able to, I think, take the fight. So I would say they need to prime a weave about 10 to 12 seconds before the engagement. If they can do that, they still have a really good shot at this. Bristleback, Courier, gonna be picking up the last piece of the puzzle soon. He needs another 100 gold here. Oh, it's gonna come from the spiders. Of course it is. A smoked up Bristleback, gonna be just breaking it and going for the spiders, and it looks like he'll be able to get everything he needs from the wave alone. So AC complete. As I mentioned, that's their pushing time. And look at Enchantress. Chance herself a Siege Creep. She's refreshing that by casting Enchant on it multiple times, and a Centaur as well. So Centaur, good potential stun in the late game. The Siege Creep, a great tool for just breaking down the buildings while the fight is going on. We'll see Nightstalker live up to his namesake. He's moving forward, trying to find an opening. They see everything, but it looks like there won't be a surprise pickoff. Wings are too careful for that. It's gonna come down to setting the buildings once more as the double Siege Creep comes into play. 2 Radiant Siege Creeps turned against their former masters and breaking down this tier 3 readily. And there's Bristleback on the front line, turning his back and saying, come at me, bros. Alrighty, Gyrocopter. Oh, there's gonna be a Helmet Dominator stolen, stealing the Centaur Creep. Tries to enchant it back, but no avail. This is really interesting Dominator War coming out from the two sides, keeping control of this unit. But in the end, it's going to be Earthshaker on the back line, just going for the Echo and the Aftershock, but he gets off by his ally, the Broodmother, who now has to pop the BKB and go toe-to-toe with that Shadow Fiend, trying to lifesteal through all the damage he's receiving. He's almost enough, but I'm not so sure. The Golden Brace seems to have nullified it while Bristleback cleans up the backline. Bristleback is able to up everybody in the Radiant base, and Broodmother only serves as distraction for the A4. They will lose out, they will try to buy back, but their mid racks have fallen, their bottom racks is in jeopardy. No more Radiant Siege Creeps knocking at the racks, but the same, this Bristleback is just too big. The entire lineup of Wings can't get through this guy. He just mitigates too much, he tanks too hard, and they just can't stop him. Will Sonic Wave come out? But there's still the cheese on the Bristleback. He's toying with their emotions. Goes in, kills off the Nightstalker, and now kills off the Gyro too. I just want to see the fight recap and watch how much damage came out from that Quill Spray. Absolutely insane from YYM on the Bristleback. Just great positioning offensively. Don't kill the drone. I want to see the fight recap. Oh, there it goes. Alas, Wings, they put up a good fight. They get the net worth slightly in their favor, but in the end it drops down nearly 20,000 against them. BraveHeart putting a great game on. I mean, the rotations there, the Bristleback versus the Broodmother matchup is obviously what they were looking for, and they finally got that in the end. And along with that, the Shadow Fiend just played really well this game. Missed maybe like 1 or 2 Requiem plays, but understandably, like with the defensive Yules, you can't really predict that fully. So I think the Shadow Fiend played amazingly well. The Bristleback played a huge part this game, and actually the Winter Wyvern buyback was another one of those clutch points where he really was able to help turn the fight, ensure that they didn't lose like a mid-rax on the Dire side. So overall, a great best of 1 to open up the Summit 4 Chinese pre-qualifier. And that will be bringing us right into our next game here. Looking at the schedule, that's going to be Newbie Young versus TRG. You're seeing that match here within the next 12 minutes. Thanks once again, guys, for tuning in. If you enjoyed the commentary, look me up at BlazeCasting. I am feeling better for those that are asking, so no more muting just to sneeze my head off. And we'll get into that next game and see what the rest of China has to bring. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and see you guys in just a few minutes for TRG versus Newbie Young.